everybody, this is Michelle with Creative Operation and Country Craft Creation. I have a shopping haul that I wanted to share with you, and then also at the end of this shopping haul I have come up with a tutorial that I want to share with you. And the tutorial is using the Elizabeth Craft dies that I bought for my Elizabeth Craft planner. And as you guys recall, I have done a video on that. At the end of this video, I'm going to show you how to put together the iris shutter page. And this is going to go into my planner as well. So stay tuned. I'm going to show you how to do that. But first, I want to show you this paper collection I got. So in 2021, Ireland Forever came out, and it's a great collection. I just absolutely adore it. The Irish girl in me was just screaming. I just loved it. And, you know, the colors and everything, just beautiful. This year, Ireland Forever Companion Pack is out, and OMG, you guys are going to love this. So I did a little bit of shopping. I got some Prima flowers that I thought went very nicely with this collection, with the yellow and the kind of orangey colors and the greens. I thought those were really pretty, so I got packs of flowers. And then I also got some of the gold polka dotted lace and some twine, and I'm gonna create something here. This is, like I said, it's not a design team package, but it is a shopping haul, and I just had to have this for my collection, so I'm hoping to use this here really soon. So if you're interested, the flowers that I bought are called Courage and Love Wins, and the ribbon is sheer polka dotted gold. And I did get the green cord, the jute burlap string cord, okay? And then we're going to go through these papers here real quick. So this is, we'll start with this one. We've seen this one before. This came out in 2021, and I'll flip through this really fast. But it's just a gorgeous collection that is absolutely stunning. I mean, I absolutely love using this collection. And I did do a Shamrock using this paper collection, and I'll link that video below. I did another tutorial that I will link below that I've already done with this collection, so you can see. So I just had to have it again because it's just so pretty. But I'll link those tutorials down below. Isn't this gorgeous? I just think this paper is just so pretty. So yeah, I'm excited for this. I'm really excited for the companion pack that came out too. It's just gorgeous. So just really beautiful papers here. And let's see, you get 24 sheets in this pack. So really awesome deal. Two of 12 papers. And then this one here is a companion pack, and this is again called Ireland Forever. It's plaids, crackles, and cut aparts. So let's see what's in here. And the cut aparts, I'm like super excited for those. Look at those images. Are these not pretty? So I haven't looked at this paper yet since I got it. This is the first time I'm opening it. So it's just, those are beautiful ladies. And look at the plaids. So this is great. This is going to go very nicely with the collection, and I cannot wait to dig into this. I just think this is, oh, look at that. The water drops and stuff and the crackles. This is gorgeous. I just love it. Gold colors. So pretty. I love that. So the companion pack has, let's see, 2 sheets of cut aparts, and then 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. 8 different pages for you to play with. So it's a really nice package. It's great. I love it. So after let's see, I got that, and then I went ahead and I picked some black cardstock, and I picked some summer ivory cardstock, and then I got some papers from my colors. Now this one here, this green, is called Pine Forest, and then this one here, this shimmer paper here, is called, let me get this right, Irish Cream. So isn't that gonna go just like absolutely gorgeous with these papers? I mean, like, they're gonna be amazing. So that's what I got with my shopping haul, and I'm really excited to be able to play with that. So now what we're going to do, and oh, by the way, I didn't show you, but I did buy 2 of the companion packs, so I had to make sure I had enough, right? Okay, so stay tuned. I am going to show you how to make this great iris shutter mechanism with the Elizabeth Craft dies. So for those of you who have it and haven't played with it yet, I'll give you some hints and tips because this is my actual third attempt. First one did not work. Second one, I learned some lessons, and this one came out absolutely wonderful. So stay tuned. I'm going to show you that right now. Hi everybody, good evening. This is Michelle with Creative Operation Country Craft Creations. I really want to share with you some dies that I got from Country Craft Creations. These are the Elizabeth Craft Designs dies, and I'm going to go through that in a second here, the two new ones that I got, and then we're going to attempt to do the Iris Shutter die. I just got these yesterday, and I played with them today. One failed, one worked. So we're going to see if I can do this on camera. So wish me luck. Here we go. So what I'm going to do today is build on to the tutorial that I did and kind of show you. I did do a video on this particular album that I made, this journal that I made using my Elizabeth Craft Designs dies. And these are for the planner essentials. And I went through and did a big walkthrough. Now, I had some of these previously in my past collection, and then they started to be available at Country Craft Creations, so I bought some new ones, and I kind of combined, and I made a planner. So I bought these new dies that I'm going to share with you today, and I'm going to add to this planner. And I didn't cut out any heart shapes out of this pattern paper that I'm using for that planner, but I did want to share with you a couple things. So I got the hearts, and I got the Iris Shutter. Oh, and then I was going to share with you that I'm using the 49 in Market Vintage Artistry Countryside Paper Collection that I did purchase from Country Craft Creations. So anyway, let's get started. So first off, and I apologize for this because I tear the packages apart and I put them in a binder to keep them nice and accessible, and you know, I keep the back packages because they have some ideas on how to use these pages and these dies and everything. So when I get them, I get magnet sheets, and these are from the Office Store. You can get those magnetic printable magnetic sheets, and then you just cut them in half and put them in these half-size binder sleeves, and you can keep them nice and safe. And you can keep them really, really accessible, and they're not like super sticky like the tape that you get on the packaging, so I like that because I'm always afraid I'm going to like break one of these, especially like the really nice fine dies. I'm just always afraid about that, so I like to put them on here. What I played with were the two pages. I loved the pages, and they're really nice, and these are some scrap papers that I cut out, but they just cut out really nice heart-shaped pages. So you can do these just as single, like almost like teardrop shapes if you want to. But then you can also do them so that when you open them up, you know, they're a heart shape. So you can have a heart in the middle of your album. But then I got an idea and I wanted to share it with you. And I'm sure probably other people have gotten this idea too, but I cut out 2 of the larger hearts and 2 of the smaller hearts. Now, you'll notice that when you put the heart together and match the holes, they actually are more in the middle. So what I did was I just scooted this down a little bit and then repunched holes so that you could put it in your planner. And I think I forgot to punch a hole here, so I'll show you how I did that. I just got my Crocodile and the 3/8 inch hole, and then you can just make another hole there, and then you could put it in your planner. So that worked out really, really nice. So I wanted to share that, but then what I did was I glued here and here, and then I did another one of my dies that's from my own personal collection that I've had before, and cut these out, and then you can make like little pockets on your hearts. So I did that with both of those. So I just wanted to share that idea with you. So if you've got the heart dies that come from Country Craft Creations right here, you can go ahead and do that. This is the Planner Essentials set number 20, and it's the half heart page set. So that was what I was kind of looking at. So you can see how you could put the hearts on the inside. You can glue them onto larger pages if you want to just have the hearts there. You can have them as single pages if you want, and then you can also like make some pockets if you want. So I thought that was kind of a fun idea. So I just cut these examples out. I'm going to go ahead and just put them in there for safekeeping so I can use them. Now the second set is the Iris Shutter set, and this is a really cute little set. This is actually the 1911 Iris Shutter set, and I got this and I just had to play with this tonight. Again, I bought this yesterday, so I tried it once and it didn't work. Tried it the second time and it worked really good, and I'm going to show you that example here in a second, but it makes a really cute project. So let's get started with that tutorial. And that's cute. I didn't take the sticker paper off the back. Well, I guess it's not going to matter. But this is for the Sidekick, so it's a smaller planner version. But so I did the example for this, but you can make this for any page, you know, size you want, because this first element here with the shutter, you know, you can glue onto anything. So you could put it on a bigger page. You can put it on a card, like a slimline card if you want to. And then it just opens up and does that really cute shutter motion. And I just think that's really fun. So this again was the second attempt I did to making it, and so I really wanted to just share with you what that looks like. You will need a couple of the pieces, and as you go through, and if you have this, the pieces are really nice because they're labeled. Let me show you. They're labeled A, B, C, and then you have the other pieces. So like on here, the A part is here, and you can see it's kind of embossed there. So you have the A piece, this is the C piece, this is the decorative piece that goes on top. So if you're looking at a finished product, that decorative piece right there goes here. These are the shutter pieces. And then you also have like the B piece, which is the arrow, which is the actual mechanism to make the shutter work. Okay, I can't do it one-handed. Let me see. There, like that. Okay, so you have that piece there. And then this is the actual cover page for that particular piece. The die set does not come with this page. I do have to tell you that. So this is from a different die set. So the actual page here is from one that I had in my stash. So I bought that separately not from Country Craft Creations. So you just, when you buy the die set, it makes this mechanism, and then you can go ahead and put that on anything you want. So let's get started. I cut out some pieces. So I cut out the page, so the top cover. This is that decorative cover I was talking about that's going to go over the front like that. Then I cut out my A, B, and C pieces, and it's recommended that you cut out 2 B pieces to kind of strengthen them up. You also need to cut 6 of these shutter pieces, and on the shutter pieces there's these little like sun shapes on the ends here. We're going to use those to apply glue dots. So you do need glue dots, and I'm using some micro glue dots that I had in my stash. I'm going to also show you how to extend your B piece here, your little mechanism here. So they have the dies in the kit that actually has the pieces, so you can actually extend those out, which is really, really nice. And I'm going to put the little arrow piece on it. And I also cut out another one, and it's really teeny tiny, but I cut it out in black so I could get that black arrow and fit it into that piece. I'll show you that. So you will need the micro glue dots, foam tape as well, couple paper clips, like 2 or 3 paper clips to, I'm going to grab another one here just for giggles. Right here, I think it looks better with 3 of them, but it's just to help hold things in place while you're putting it together. And then that's pretty much it. And you do need some sort of little sentiment that you're going to put on your page so that when your shutter does open, you have a pretty little, you know, something to look at, so you could stamp or put an embellishment or whatever you want. So I chose this one. Oops, hold on a second. Sorry about that. So anyway, I chose that, and this is also from the 49 Market collection that I'm using. So we have all our pieces together. So now when you cut all these out, we got to prepare a few things. Let's do that really fast. So the B pieces, we're going to glue those together. So I'm going to grab my art glitter glue, and I'm just really simply going to glue the 2 together, and that helps with the strength and, you know, of the mechanism, okay? So I'm just gonna put that on there and line it up and get it nice and perfectly straight. And then we can go ahead and put that extension on right now as well. Okay, so you notice I cut 2 pieces. So you'll need one for the front, which I'm going to do the arrow for the front and then the plain one for the back. So we're going to turn this over and I'm going to apply glue right here. And then I'm going to just lay this down on the back. And it's curved to match the curve of your circle. So just go right to that edge and glue that down and make sure it's nice and straight and it covers that tab, okay? Just like so. And then take this other piece and do the same thing, but you're going to put that on the front side, okay? So I'm just going to put a little glue around that arrow, and I'm going to glue that down right on top of this whole thing, and that just extends that arrow out. So depending on where you're putting these, and how close to the edge of the page will matter whether you need the extension or not, okay? And then what I'm going to do is I'm going to put a little glue in that arrow space and grab my tweezers here. I'm going to grab my arrow that I picked. Whoop. And you could go ahead, ooh, where'd it go? There it is. You could go ahead and do like a different color on that back side if you wanted to, and then you wouldn't have to do this. But there you go. So just put that little arrow in there, and we're going to let that sit and dry for a few minutes, okay? So this piece is prepared. This is our B piece, okay? So then let's set that aside for just a sec, and then we're going to grab this mechanism. So this is where that mechanism is going to turn, okay? So we want to kind of keep that to the right side. And then you're going to grab your little shutter pieces and put them in here. And I gotta tell you, I have never made one of these before, and this is just one of the coolest things I've ever seen in my life. So you put it in there and you line it up with the curve of your circle, okay, and just keep going around and do that. All right, like that. Oops. And then as you go, this is where you're going to use your paper clips. So I'm going to try and make sure they stay nice and lined up with my circle like that, okay? So the little tabs are on the inside. And then I'm just going to put a paper clip to kind of help hold them in place. So like every other one, I'm just going to put a clip and just kind of make sure everything stays where I want it. Now when you get to here, you're going to have to kind of bend these back and put that in. Okay, I'm going to move that paper clip over a little bit. And then the last one here, just kind of bend it over just a little bit, stick that through. Whoops, you got to do it the proper way though. And I don't think that's going to bother anything. Let me look at that for a sec. Just take that edge off. Hopefully that won't worry. It's not going to show anyway, so I didn't take the sticker off the paper. This is some paper. None of the shutter piece is going to show, so we don't have to worry about that. Okay, so I got all my pieces in. Okay, I'm going to grab this third paper clip and just kind of keep things in place. All right, just like that. And then this is where the tricky part comes in. So depending on what kind of glue dots you're using, I'm using these little tiny micro dots. They're like 1/8 of an inch. And what you're going to want to do is put them on each of these stars. So when I did this, I just lined them up and pressed it down. So I have my glue dot right in the middle of the star. And you're going to do that for all 6 of those pieces. Okay. Not the easiest proposition. I mean, I'm sure there's easier glue dot things to use, like if they had a clear backing or something and not on a roll, but you know, once you get the hang of it, it works. It does work. Okay, so I got the 6 glue dots on those pieces. Okay, and then we're going to put this to the side, and then we're going to grab our B piece. Now our B piece, if we put our mechanism like this, so we have this wide open area right here where we're going to have that turn. That's where our arrow is going to go. We're going to want to make sure our arrow's at the top, and then when we put it down, we want it just a little bit off, you know, like just a little teeny tiny bit, like maybe a 1/16 of an inch or so away from that bottom. And we're going to just kind of center that and lay that, or not center it, but well, yeah, I guess we are going to center it in the middle. And we're going to lay that down. So I'm just going to hold this up so I can see it better. Let me get that kind of close, and then I'll show you like so. Like that. Okay, so you see there's a little gap here. Okay, so 1/16 of an inch or so away, and then go ahead and pull out your paper clips like so. Okay, then what you're going to do is put glue dots on each of these little tabs. So we're going to go through this process again. So I'm just going to put it on the very tip of those little tabs, like right there. And we're going to start praying that this works. Because like I said, I did two. This is my third attempt. And the second one did work. I think I figured out what I did wrong on the first one. The first one, I thought I was going to be really smart and use glue. And I think that the glue seeped all over the place and glued things shut where they weren't supposed to. So I don't recommend using the glue when you're supposed to use your glue dots, okay? I thought I was being smart, but it didn't work. Okay, so we got our shutter piece here. We've got our glue dots on here. Then the next trick is that you don't want this to be like really tight, because you want this mechanism to be able to work. So what we're going to do is layer this C piece on top, and then we have to fold the tabs over and stick them down, but you don't want them really, really tight. So the thing that I did, which I think helped a lot, was I used my finger and my fingernail, and I kind of bent it up kind of away from the mechanism there, so that when I folded it over and glued it down, it still kind of gave some wiggle room there. You see how that's not super tight? So just a little bit of extra room just to make sure that it's not super tight. And I did that. I didn't do it the first time, which I think was part of a problem. And then the second time when I did it, then everything worked better. So second time I didn't use glue, because I decided maybe I should just use the glue dots like I was supposed to. And then I made sure that it wasn't really tight when I folded these over, okay? And then hopefully, once we get this done, see how I'm just not making sure that it's not really tight. I hope you guys can see that, okay? And then this last one here, and go like that. All right, now here's the moment of truth. See, ta-da, there you go. So I'm holding just this outside edge, and our mechanism works absolutely perfect. Look at that. Isn't that cool? So then the next thing you can do, because when you open this shutter piece, like, it's not going to matter so much on the inside that these pieces pop out, but these on the outside here, they're gonna kind of be visible depending on your page. So you can, after you close it, go back here and just bend those down. Don't glue them, just bend them to get them pointed the opposite direction, and then work it again, okay? So yeah, I think that's the trick to making this work really well, is to not really do those pieces tight, to give it lots of wiggle room, because this works like a charm. You see that? Isn't that cool? I love this. All right, so then this guy here, when you go to put it on your page, this will glue underneath your page like so. And you want to glue it so that when you do have it done, this edge matches this edge matches this edge, so it's all like straight. So however you want to do that, as straight as you possibly can. You can eyeball it, or you can lay it down like on a grid and line up all those lines. So for example, you can line this up, make sure it's nice and shut, okay, and then line that edge up straight with your grid, okay, and then lay this down. Now this is where you can go ahead and glue this piece down because this is not a turning mechanism. The turning is inside. So you can go ahead and put some glue on here, okay? Like that, around that C piece, and making sure that's nice and straight. And then we're gonna lay this down right over top of it, and we're lining that up to the grid, okay? And then I can pick that up and I can kind of look at that and then glue that down to the inside, okay? And then when you use your little mechanism, you got your little shutter. And I love it. I just think that is so cool. I just love this. All right, so then this is the outside piece, and I thought that would be really pretty just to put on there. So I'm gonna go ahead and glue that down, and that's just gonna go decorative on the outside. You can use, you know, nothing if you want to. It's all up to you what you wanna do. It has a very nice edge around it already from the die cut, so you don't really need to do that, but I think it really kind of makes that shutter pop. Okay, so then here's what we're gonna do. We are gonna grab a pen. We're gonna do this. So keep this on, yeah, keep it on the outside of your project. I think that's gonna work out much better. Okay, so let's see if I move it. Nah, too close for the rooster, so I totally didn't do that right, but that's okay. That's okay, it's gonna work. So, we're gonna maybe put this guy somewhere like here, right? So I'm gonna go ahead and put some glue on that piece, and then I'm gonna move this just so I can see it. I want this kind of, try to center it on the page a little bit. And then because this is smaller, I can go ahead and just put that in there. All right, like so. And then grab foam tape, and on the back of here, we're gonna use our foam tape. Now another little trick, because on the second attempt when it did work, and I was sticking it down to the page, I got foam tape too close to our little mechanism and glued it shut. So it didn't work, and I had to tear it apart and make a new page. So don't put your foam tape too close to your mechanism because it will stick to it and then you won't be able to use it, which was very sad. All right, so we got our foam tape here. I'm going to take that off, maybe I'm going to take that off. Okay, making sure like my little tabs are to the inside. All right, I'll go ahead and keep that open so that I can center it around my piece there. And I'm going to stand up here and make sure that I've got it kind of in the middle and pop that down, and we're done. So here's our little mechanism, like so. Is that not the cutest thing you have ever seen ever? Gosh, I love that. So this is going to go in my planner. And then on the back of here, what I did was I just went and grabbed some of my other pocket pieces that I have. So I'm going to put that up a little bit from the bottom, kind of away from the rings here. And this way, I guess I don't cover up my cute little bumblebee, all right? I already sacrificed my chicken. I don't need to sacrifice my bee as well, right? All right, I'm going to do that. And then I've got a little tag to put in the pocket, and then that can go in my book. All right, so that's what I wanted to share with you today as far as the tutorial goes. So thanks for watching, and I hope you enjoyed it, and I will be back soon with other tutorials. Thanks a lot. Bye-bye.